Good day and welcome to your favorite sport program on TV 360 Sport. As usual, today will be an interesting moment as we're talking with the interim president of Nigerian Boxing Federation, who has given himself for the growth of boxing in the country, and we'll be looking at the ongoing African Games in Accra, Ghana. It's good to have you on the show, Azan Yomagege.
I mean, I have to at least talking to you from inside the vehicle. That isn't supposed to be that way, but I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, it's fine. Your post as the interim president of Nigerian Boxing Federation really matters, and we want to hear your own opinion because I know obviously Nigeria will be represented in Accra at the ongoing 13th All African Games. Tell us update on Nigerian boxers. Have they left to Ghana? What's the whole updates in scenario regarding to Nigerian boxers at the All African Games?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I told you in our last conversation, they were in camp in Ibadan, and they've now left for the event in Accra, where they will be getting started. I think from tomorrow. So when the draws come out, then we'll know who we are fighting. But I could assure you that they are very, very prepared, and I'm expecting a very good result from them. If you notice, I just want to let you know today to check the tables of all the medal tables. I can see Nigeria has climbed to number 4 after
Yes.
Egypt. We're just behind South Africa. But you will see that boxing will bring you more medals, make us climb to maybe at the end of the tournament to be around second. And you get all those medals from boxing.
How happy are these boxers heading to Ghana? How happy are they as they are preparing to fly the color of Nigeria, the green, white, green color? How happy are they? How is the situation in the camp?
And first of all, I have to let you know something that the boxer's dream is to go to the Olympics. And what they need to do is to showcase themselves in big, big tournaments. They look forward all the time to All African Games. They look forward to the Commonwealth Games. And when they try from there, their goal is strict Olympics. So they are extremely happy. And for them to go out to the All African Games, that's to tell that they are the best of the best in each of their weight categories. So they are very, very excited.
Yeah. Also, still on the players, we want to hear as regards to the welfare of this player, of these athletes, and also what target, let me use that word, is you as the interim president and the others on the board have given to these young lads. How many girls, how many boys? There's an Olympic qualifier hopeful there. Somebody that's qualified for the Olympics is among them. Tell us, describe the combinations and the entry point did they use to get themselves qualified, or how they merited their position in for the African Games?
Yeah, thank you very much. Like you said, and you rightly said, we have 3 of our boxers that are already qualified for the Olympics that are going there. You see, when it comes to events like this, what we do, we call boxers into camp. So we choose, if we're going with like 6, 7 weight categories, we're going to now choose 2, 3 boxers in each of those weight categories. We choose the best that have actually come out from the national championship before. So if we had a national championship, the gold medalist, the silver medalist, and the bronze medalist, 3 of them automatically comes to camp to see who's the best. And the best of the best there is the one they choose to go out for the All African Games. So they went to camp in Ibadan, they went for trials, and whoever came out best in each of the weight categories are the ones being selected. And that's how they chose them to go there. We always go with the best at all times. Because don't forget, you could be a champion today. In the next 4 months, you might not be fit. So you need to fight again to make sure that, well, you're fit and you're in very good condition to attend the next tournament. We're not going there for a joke. We're going there to perform and make sure we come with very good medals. I can't assure they will win all gold. That would be my dream, for all of them to be all gold medalists. But hey, I could assure you that each of them will come back with a medal.
Yeah, someone asked this question, and to you, I'll let you know the best way you possibly can give us a good response to that. Some games are Olympic qualifiers at the African Games. Some games are not Olympic qualifiers. Some games are coming into the African Games for the first time. Boxing in the African Games is not an Olympic qualifiers. Can you tell us why some games are Olympic qualifiers and why some games are not Olympic qualifiers at the African Games?
That's a very good question. I'm not too conversant with how some games are Olympic qualifiers in the African Games because, like for boxing itself, we have three qualifiers. One is the African qualifiers, which we went to in Senegal, and that's where we qualified three of our boxers. Then we have one ongoing presently in Italy, but unfortunately, I won't say sad news. We had two of our boxers that qualified to the quarter. Sorry, one of our boxers that qualified to the quarterfinals, but she lost out yesterday. So it's very unfortunate. We will have had one more person coming in, but guess what? We still have one more Olympic qualifier coming up shortly. So if we do well in that one, then we will increase our presence in the Olympics. For other sports, I don't really know how they actually come to the All African Games or qualifiers. I'm not too conversant with that. But I also do know that there are two sports coming in right now, which I'm not like I know tech ball and one other sport is coming for the first time to the All African Games. So that's the best I know. I only know more about our boxing qualifiers for the
Okay.
Olympics.
Now let's see this. The female participants at the African Games. Can you give us a light on what it is? I don't know whether we have in record any female that has done so well for us at the past All African Games in winning gold. If they have, I'm sure Nigerians will want to know about the female boxers at the African Games.
Yeah, we're going with four females, and I can assure you they're the best of the best. My brother, if I tell you something you won't believe, our females are better than even the guys. You know, we've always done very good with female boxing, and anyone that you see going there, maybe they did not participate in the last. They've been very good in internet in all our sports we've been doing, our competitions that we've been having. So they're the best of the best that we are taking out there. The girls are extremely good, extremely good. It's just unfortunately we had one of them who actually Elizabeth Oshoba, who has actually gone professional right now. So unfortunately she's not here. But I can assure you that they are all very good.
So now going forward, obviously, and I believe so, that if boxing starts at the African Games, the table where Nigeria is presently, we have to move a bit up, at least with more goals promised. Just the way badminton and wrestling have been giving us gold to uplift us on the medal table. Are you saying that your lads, which you have taken to the African Games, can give us an average of 5 gold?
Very possible. There's a very big possibility on that one, yes. Very big possibility. I could tell you nothing, not minimum of 4, 5 at least, yes. But I could assure you that they will all win medals. But the gold is our eye. That's what we're going for. What we're going for.
Okay, now I know that preparation
Because we
towards the
chose, we
African.
chose very good weight category. Yeah.
Okay. And also know that towards the African Games and international competition, the NOC is always in charge. Is the federation just set up that the players are or the athletes are supposed to represent us? How prepared mentally and the area of welfare do you think the NOC have done so well for these players to represent us well? Because we know there's some videos going viral of the Minister of Sport, John Ennon, talking to the players before some athletes, I'm not saying it's boxing right now, some athletes about them maintaining that dignity and everything that needs to be done to them will be done to them, as in terms of welfare and every other thing that is them their right. Can you tell us how NOC has been preparing these ladies and guys from boxing in terms of welfare?
Yeah, if I have a question right, you're talking about in terms of
Welfare?
how they are living, how they are doing, or when they were in camp or so. To the
Yes.
best of my knowledge, I have to give credit to President Engineer Gumel. He's been a wonderful person, and I know he has always done well for boxing. Every time he takes boxing very seriously because he knows boxing is one of that sport that gives them medals at all times. So anytime it comes to games, the Commonwealth Games and the Olympics, the NOC covers all that. So far, we've not had any problems. We've not had anybody complaining. The NOC has been doing a very good job, and the NBF too has also been there to support them. So we've not had any problems so far with our boxing, with our boxers.
Okay, yeah, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be looking at the future of Anthony Joshua after the fight between Joshua and Ngonno, where Joshua knocked the Cameroonian by technical knockout. So when we come back from this break, we'll still have Omar Azani Agege speaking with us regards to if the possibility of Anthony Joshua facing Tyson Fury. Don't go away. Yeah, welcome back. Still 360 Sport, and I'm Mudashiru Shitu. And we still have Azani Omagige with us. It's good to have you on the program. Thank you for your time. President, I'll call you the president because you are the interim president right now. Tell us, before the game, we spoke, and you said it rightly that Ngonno is a fighter, Anthony Joshua is a boxer. There's a difference between a fighter and a boxer. And you predicted, you said it well, it went according to how you said it, yes. But were you not surprised that the fight was knockout, first round, second round, knockout, the game over? Were you expecting, are you not surprised about that?
Not at all, because I predicted this and I'm happy you're saying that. Like I told you, the minute Ngonno brought my champion Mike Tyson to train him, I knew it was all over for Ngonno. You see, Tyson's career, if you looked at it, it was a champion, no doubt. But Tyson was a brawler. He brawled. He was just like a street fighter. He fights and relies seriously on his punching power. If you have such a person training you, he's going to train you to that same way that he fights too. But you see, someone like Joshua is a complete boxer. Techniques, everything he does. You understand? And he also has that punching power. If you go through Joshua's record, you will see the knockout of all his fights. He has a very, like 90% knockout percentage. So Ngannou was, I won't use some rousy words for him, but I don't think he undermined Joshua. He was thinking that he could take Joshua's punches, and well, he gives Joshua goes down. So I wasn't shocked at all. And that round one, that punch that Joshua gave to him, he could not recover from it. That's what took him down. His legs were all gone. So that was it. So kudos to Joshua, and I know his future is very bright.
Do you think Ngonno will continue boxing, or he has to retire or go back to the martial, the kickboxing that he has always been used to?
Well, you have to understand something. Ngonno is of age too, and how much does he make from his UFC? It doesn't really make much. The last two fights he's made, this last fight, he made $20 million. The other one, he made some good money too. So I don't see him leaving boxing from now. He's going to try and keep on doing boxing, which he's been encouraged to do. Even Anthony Joshua told him to continue. But I don't know, but he's better off staying in boxing to make more money because he still has the name. Even though he's lost two fights, he could get a fight with maybe if you're Jagba, that would be a good one for him to get started to redeem himself. Because I was just going through the website of the WBC yesterday, and before the fight in the WC heavyweight rankings, Ngonno was around number 3 or number 4, while if you're Jagba was around number 6. If you go to that website right now, Jagba has now gone up to 5. Ngonno is now number 10. So for right now, Tyson Fury is the champion. Contender Usyk, and you have AJ Joshua there. Either one of them could fight each other from that number 1 to number 5. But I would advise Ngonno to actually go with maybe someone like Jagba and see how the outcome is. But for Joshua, the sky is the limit for him. He has proven himself already.
We will ever see the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely going to get that. If Tyson Fury beats Usyk in the next fight, I'm sure the possibility of Joshua and Fury will be very high. But I do know there's a clause, though, that if Fury wins that fight with Usyk, there's going to be a rematch. But they cannot avoid it because one day, definitely, they are going to fight. And it will be pretty soon.
Where's your bet on? Because obviously, these are two good fighters. If we are going to have a fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
If you ask me, my honest opinion, If Tyson Fury comes to the ring the way he came with Ngannou in that same condition, Joshua will take him out. But if Tyson Fury trains very well and maybe drops his weight and become more sporty, it's going to be a tough one to call because he was overweight. It wasn't really himself. Joshua will the condition Joshua is in right now, he will beat the Fury. I'll put my money on him.
Okay. Still coming back home to boxing. Ife Ajagbe, you said something about Ife Ajagbe. Ife Ajagbe obviously is going to fight, should be looking forward to a fight of Francis Ngannou, or rather Francis Ngannou should be looking forward to a fight with Ajagbe. Do you think we are pushing Ajagbe too early for a contest with those on top of the ladder when it comes to boxing? Do you acknowledge that Ngannou has gone down the ladder, but a fight with Ngannou and Ife Ajagbe, don't you think it's going to come too early?
In my opinion, I don't think so. Ajagba has proven himself. He's a warrior. Ajagba is a very hard hitter, you know. He has the punch to take out Ngannou anytime, any day. If he wasn't good enough, he wouldn't be ranked number 5 in the world. Don't forget about a year ago, there was even some rumors going around that he might fight Tyson Fury. He was among the contenders. So it's nothing. Ajagba has proven himself. And if you ask me right now, if I were Ngannou, I wouldn't even fight Ajagba because Ajagba will beat him and that will be the end of Ngannou.
Okay.
There are no fools in the ranking. You should just imagine Ajagba number 5 and Ngannou number 10. What does that tell you?
Okay, now still on Anthony Joshua and Fury. Does boxing work like mathematics? Like some people say, Joshua defeated Ngannou. He could not do that for Ngannou. Joshua defeated Ngannou, but Fury could not defeat Ngannou. Does that mean that Anthony Joshua will defeat, let's forget the fact that he's Nigerian. Does that mean that Anthony Joshua can defeat, will defeat Tyson Fury?
No, it doesn't work that way. You see, you have to be, it's the fitness I'm looking at. When I saw Joshua when he came to the ring, the way he lost weight, he was prepared for that fight. Tyson Fury, Ngannou would have not even lasted 3 rounds with Tyson Fury. If that, he was overweight, he wasn't prepared. You know, if Tyson Fury goes back to the gym, trims up and comes back as high he's supposed to be, as a heavyweight, Ngannou wouldn't last 2 rounds with him.
So
Ngannou is just going there to rely on his punching power. That's all. That's why he dropped Tyson Fury. And you see him tomorrow saying, I dropped him, but that's it. But I know that AJ had that technique to take out Ngannou. And if you won't give a rematch right now to Ngannou Fury, Fury will beat him clean well, very well.
So are you saying Ngannou is an unprepared fighter coming to this the world of boxing?
Yes, he is. He's a fighter. He's not a boxer. Ngannou is not a boxer. He's a fighter. And that's what he's been practicing in UFC.
Usyk Fury obviously is the next on the table in the world of boxing. The world is looking at it. And moreover, there's a need for us to also talk about how Saudi Arabia is now the new boxing hub. And I'm sure it's almost taking the shine off Las Vegas. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I like that because it's coming to this part of the world. Saudi Arabia is doing a very good job putting some big money down. And I like that a lot. At least it can't just be in one place, Vegas, or New York, you know, before it used to be Atlantic City. Right now, Saudi Arabia is doing a very good job, not just on boxing, also for football too. And I give them kudos to that. It might even be moving next to Dubai too, United Arab Emirates. So that's a good one. And it's closer to us too. I love that. So when it comes to Usyk and Fury too, I don't even know what to say on that fight because I can't even call it. It's going to be a toss-up.
Now, that questions coming from our listeners. That's why I'm delaying you. I'm using that to get to those questions from the listener. Do you think it's all this world heavyweight boxing? I know that the time it came to in 1973 the Royal Jungle fight or Royal Rumble. There's a fight that came Muhammad Ali in the past.
Rumble in the Jungle, that was in Congo.
Yeah, in Congo. So do you think as soon as we'll be having something like that in Africa? Coming to Africa.
Yes, I'm working on something of that nature too. I'm sure soon as we will have that. Yes.
Where we'll see the heavyweights coming to Africa, and Anthony Joshua, Usyk, and the rest of them. And where do you think would be a preferred destination? Nigeria, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt?
Well, I'm being selfish on this one. I would prefer Nigeria. Nigeria has had so many heavyweight boxers, even that were world champions before. So Nigeria will be a very good hub for that, to be honest with you. South Africa are already doing their boxing, but Nigeria will be very good for that. And it'll be very good for us to host such an event.
Oh, okay. So you also said about this recent celebrity boxing going on. Of recent, we saw the entertainer, the stage name is Portable, with another entertainer, Charles Okocha. What was the new trend? And we also saw a particular lady, an actress, if I'm right. Her name is Laide Bakari, not so sure. But they've been recent time doing what we call celebrity boxing. Some said that might be like a mockery to the sport. Some said it's a welcome development to pronounce the sport more. What's your opinion? Is the federation sanctioning that as the right thing to do? What's your opinion on the celebrity boxing going on?
That's a very good question. Well, in my opinion, I've been there. I've gone to the highest level of boxing in Africa and in Nigeria too. If you notice, boxing is not that big in Nigeria. When I mean not that big, let me take that back. It's a big sport, but people look at boxing as if it's a job for agberos and people from the streets, which I don't agree with. And that's one of the reasons I took boxing into university. And for the first time ever, boxing is now in Nuga Games, featuring. And that's one of my success as the president of the interim president right now of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. I did this when I was the vice president of the federation. Then secondly, you see, the celebrity boxing is bringing, now we're talking about it. We didn't discuss this before. Now boxing is getting popular and is now bringing it to the limelight. Soonest, let me tell you this, my brother. Boxing was the number one sport in Nigeria before football. In those early years, Obisia Wangpa alone used to pack Surulere Stadium just for boxing alone. With all them Jerry Okorodudu, Joe Lasisi, all of them before football came in. So with this new celebrity boxing, it's giving that opening for boxing to come back on. And also, let me shock you. You'll be surprised that 90% of our celebrities, they all do boxing for fitness. You understand? They do boxing for fitness to keep them agile and keep them going. So there's nothing wrong in doing celebrity boxing. It only opens up boxing and it's also a money-making spinner too. And I'm leaning towards that. I am actually coming with my own celebrity box, which I will actually launch in the next 2-3 weeks from now. I call it novice boxing. Like you asked, is the federation doing that? The federation is into amateur boxing while you have the professional boxing. I'm coming with the novice boxing because all of them are novice for now. Those are the celebrities I'm talking about. So we're going to be having them fight to bring more information to boxing, make boxing more popular, and also cater for some NGOs, some of their courses they've been trying to do to help out in such capacity. So I think it's a very good thing. I want to thank Portable and Charles Okocha for bringing this out to the public and making it become one of the new things and the trend going on right now in Nigeria. Not only Nigeria, in the whole world, celebrity boxing is a big thing right now. There's a guy called Jake Paul and KSI they are all YouTubers. They did celebrity boxing right now. And if I tell you this, you wouldn't believe they're raking $68 million. Even right now, you see Tyson is going to be fighting Jake Paul shortly. Mayweather does that too. All them Snoop Doggy Dogg, they are all into celebrity boxing right now. It's the new thing coming up right now. I think it's a good thing for boxing, if you ask me.
We've been talking to Azani Omagege, the president of the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation. Is telling so much about the new way boxing has been going forward, and that has to do with celebrity boxing. That is the welcome development, another way of promoting boxing to the rest of the world. That boxing was before football in this part of our world, until football took over. So another way of preaching the gospel of boxing in the country and beyond. its participation of celebrity, A-list, important personalities participating in boxing. And that's all we'll take on today's program. Thank you very much. Same time next week, we'll be giving you all what you need to know in the world of sport. Don't forget, there's always a time to listen and watch sport. So keep watching 360 Sport when it's time for sport. I'm Mudashi Shitu. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.